Hello, hello. Oh, you're muted.
Is it just the two of us, LaDonna?
No. I just put you in the room first.
Oh.
I just want to make sure you were ready to go, and then I'll add everyone else.
Well, I wanted to, I know you need to add everybody, but I just kind of wanted to clear and let you know that my driving schedule and my coaching calls and training calls are, I swear, they're at the exact same times as your events. So I'm like, gosh, she keeps asking me. And I'm like, I have a train, like this morning, I have a training call at this time. And my coach said, get on there and my goal is to get, it's a speaker's training.
Okay.
And my goal is, and my, one of the assignments is to get 10 speaking engagements under your belt. So this is one. She's like, no, get your speaking.
Perfect.
Get your speaking in. So,
and then I want to talk to you after this as well about my event on November 4th. I don't know. Were you available?
Yeah, right now I have Saturdays off. Yes.
Okay. So let's talk after this, because that could be another one that you could speak at.
Okay. That would be awesome. I appreciate
All right. Let me let
you.
everyone else in.
Blame it on me. We were chatting.
Hello, you beauties. Look at all these smiling faces. Come on, Kelly, give us a big smile.
Morning.
Good morning, Jocelyn. A big smile. I love those pictures behind you, Jocelyn, of the little boy with the little blurbs coming out. Don't know what they say, but he looks so cute.
That's my mindset
Anita.
stuff.
Welcome. Tamara and Abby, I guess we'll be on here in a moment. There's Abby. Woo-hoo. Tamara, and we're waiting on a couple of others. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and warm up the chat with your emails, your phone numbers, your appointment links. Let's get to know each other. Welcome, Anita, your first time today, right?
Yes.
Yes. Awesome. I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. We've had a few new ones in the last couple events, so that's great. Here is Dar. Yes. Get those chats warmed up.
Good morning, sunshine.
Their backgrounds.
Yes.
Who's saying good morning, sunshine?
That was me, Tamara. Yay.
Oh my goodness.
How you doing?
All right, I'm getting my background up. Thank you, Abby. I go to change them and then I change them again all through the day. So I forget sometimes, and Abby always keeps me on cue. I love it. I love it.
I go, so usually the next meeting I'll go to, I'll forget that I haven't taken it down before I end the meeting. Yes. So I hop on and it's like Monday Mojo or whatever. And everybody's like, what is that? Oh, so,
yeah, you know what, Kelly, just keep doing good advertisement. I know, right? Yeah. So yes. Awesome. All right. So let's go around the room, 30 seconds or less. Give us your name and a bit about you and a bit about your business. 30 seconds only or less, please. And let's start with Abby.
Well, thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. What would happen if your computer crashed right now, and how would it affect your business? I'm sure you wouldn't be happy. I'm flying in from tech heaven to give your computer more life. Your computer angel, and I'm omnipresent, can help you work on your computer from anywhere. Let me turn your computer frowns into smiles, which is the biggest part of what I enjoy doing. And I can help keep your computer in peak performance and protected. Thank you. My info is over.
All right, Nabby, you'll make sure you put all your information in the chat, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, and I'll tell you, Abby just cleaned up my computer this morning, so I feel so much better. Yay, fresh start.
Yay.
Kelly, let's go for you, and then we'll go to Dar.
Woohoo.
Hi, everybody. Kelly Doran from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. A little bit about myself. I am a plant-based nan that I have a hashtag that says changing the planet one plate at a time. And a little bit about my business. I can be your pain fairy. This morning I woke up with a stiff neck and I have patched up, and now I can move and I have no pain, and it's drug-free. That's it.
Woohoo! And thank you. Make sure you put all your information in the chat, please. And then we'll go to Dar and then Tamra.
Hello, everybody. Would you rather shop local? Would you rather receive a homemade card or a cheap card from the dollar store? We don't make cards because it's cheap. We make cards because it's from the heart. Dar's Creative Cave, and something about myself is I love to get my fingers dirty.
Awesome. Dar, please put your information in the chat. Then we'll go to Tamra and then Jocelyn.
Well, good morning. My name is Tamara Patrick. My business is Just For You Life Brigade, life coaching for restarting you. What do? I give motivation, purpose, and direction to veterans and women over 50 that are restarting their life.
Oh, that is awesome, Tamara. You've came so far with your story and your pitch. That is awesome. Please make sure you put everything in the chat, please. Then we'll go to Jocelyn and then to Anne.
Hi, I am Jocelyn. I'm from Southern Ontario, and I guide and empower women in breaking free from the limitations of anxiety and people-pleasing tendencies, helping them live life free from constant worry, regain control over their thoughts and emotions, and develop the resilience to effectively respond to navigate life's challenges with confidence. As we know, life gets lifey, and it's all about empowering women to take charge in their lives. That's a little bit about me.
And awesome. Jocelyn, make sure you put everything in the chat. And Anne, I'm sorry, we're going to go to Anita next. Anita, come on down.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Anita Varier. My business is The Healing Strategist. I help women, working moms who are suffering from crushing fatigue to regain their energy so they can reclaim their lives, to be the mom they want to be, and to soar in their work. As you know, if you've ever been through that journey or know a working mom who is just exhausted all the time, you feel guilty you can't show up for your kids or your husband the way you want to, you're falling behind at work. It's a very painful and crushing experience. So I work with them in typically a 6-month package to help them regain their energy so they can get on with what they need and want to do. And my contact information is in the chat, and always happy to talk to people about it.
That's awesome, Anita. Thank you for putting all your information in the chat. I wished I would have had an Anita when I was raising my 2 girls, because it was a mad rat race to get, to school and home from school was one thing. And then getting to softball practice, softball games, basketball games, and then you had gymnastics year round. It was amazing. I don't know how we got there.
And God forbid you would have had your own life too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Forget that. And I don't even think, and my husband says the same thing. Did we really have each other through all that? Somehow, bypassing in the hallway or whatever, we always met up. But, So yes, and with that said, I am LaDonna McAbee, your networking queen. I am here to help you learn how to connect, network, and collaborate with the right people for you and your business. Please do not forget, register for the November 4th workshop if you have not already. We have 12 amazing speakers, and it's just going to be a phenomenal day for you to learn. If you can't be there for it or for all of it, please remember, if you buy your ticket, you will get a recording of the event. A lot of people don't do that, but everyone's not always available. And I just don't want anyone to miss the great speakers that we're going to have. Dr. Pat's not here. Abby is one of our speakers. She will be speaking that day. And so yeah, it's going to be amazing. And with that said, we are going to go ahead to Anne, and she will have the next 25-ish minutes to speak today. So take it away, Anne.
I love the 25-ish. I love that. That's how I live. And I love hearing everybody's pitch. I go to the dollar store and get cards just because I can't bring myself to spend $8 on a card. So I need to change that paradigm a little bit.
And I totally get that. I've been there myself, just going to the dollar store. Cheap.
Yeah, I'd rather, well, anyway, that's a whole other conversation. But anyway, I love it. I love meeting everybody and being with everybody. My name is Anne Leader. I am a 30-year Mary Kay beauty consultant. Our company is celebrating 60 years this year, which I can't believe. I've been in the company for half the time that it has existed. I always say to my friend, where did my 50s go? They just disappeared. I don't know where they went. But anyway, I am also a sales trainer with Eric Lofholm International, and I'll share a little bit about that as we go into my training. I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm originally from Augusta, Maine, and I grew up on the Canadian border near the St. Lawrence River, Lake Champlain, all of that area. And needless to say, I love the weather here in Albuquerque. I've been here 28 years. My husband got a job offer out here. I said, I'm never moving again, because we were on Long Island. He got a great offer. Cost of living was too high on Long Island. So we came here and have loved it ever since. I do also drive and deliver for Amazon. So if you ever order from Amazon in Albuquerque, you might get your package delivered by me. I actually really enjoy the job. And a funny story is, I delivered to my daughter, Mary, her house the other day. And Albuquerque's a big place, so I don't know how that happened, but it did. It was fantastic. So, and LaDonna, I can just go into my training, right? 25-ish. I've already used 3 minutes, so here we go.
You're good.
I'm sharing today. I'm sharing today about closing. I asked LaDonna if she wanted me to train on lead gen, prospecting, scripting, whatever, and we chose closing today. I could train on any of those topics. I do have notes here in front of me if you see me looking down, because I don't want to get off track. I could easily get off track and chat forever with all of you. So I'm going to stick to the topic. I do want to acknowledge each and every one of you for being here. I know that your time, your attention are extremely valuable. And so I thank you for both. And I want to acknowledge you for being here and listening today. I started training with Eric a couple of years ago. As I said, I'm a 30-year Mary Kay beauty consultant. And when I really looked, I felt like I had never been trained to sell, never really trained. You know, there was training here, training there, and that could just be how it occurred for me. It could have been great training, but I just felt like I had never been trained. So Eric crossed my path a couple of years ago, and I decided to sign up for his training. And I always say, and I mean it from my heart, it is one of the top 5 best decisions I have ever made in my life. He has done more for me than any course development training I have done ever. And I've done a lot, believe me. I have 2 outcomes for today. Number 1 is that you'll hear something new about closing, and or you'll hear something anew, something you already knew, but it was like, oh yeah, I knew that. Am I using it? Am I doing it? And then the second outcome is I do have an offer for Eric's programs at the end, and he's authorized a special deal for everybody here today. So those are my 2 outcomes. And these techniques are predictable. It's a system, and you will have more sales by using these systems. And with closing, well, with anything, with scripting, closing, maybe in the past you have winged it, and it's probably better not to just wing it. It's probably better to know what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, how you're going to say it. Then you have a track to run on, and I promise you, you will make more sales. I want to share a little bit about Eric. He is president and CEO of Eric Loft Home International. I just love him. He's one of the greatest human beings on the planet. His organization was founded to professionally train people on the art and science of selling. He worked for 3 years with Tony Robbins. He did leave to start his own company. He has shared the stage with Get Motivated seminars, and he's used his own successful sales background to develop programs to help anyone dramatically improve in all areas of their life to increase their income and their happiness. He has extensively and intensively studied with Dr. Donald Moyne. I don't know if you know him, but he's kind of the father of selling. He did his PhD thesis on the neuroscience and language of sales selling. And he works intensively with his coach, Steve Hardison, who is known as the ultimate coach, another wonderful human being. So there are 3 ways to increase your closing skills: your inner game, your outer game, and action. Now, inner game, of course, is your mindset, and your brain will answer any question that you ask it. That is one of the things I love about Eric, is he always says that. And so I often ask myself the question, how can I get better at whatever? And then my brain will answer it. So ask yourself, how can I get better at closing? What can I do differently in my closing to make more sales? So that's your inner game. And remember, today we're learning how to lift the weights. I've lifted weights for 30 years, so I really get this. It's repetition. So practice closing, practice asking yourself those questions, and look for the micro improvements and layer those micro improvements. The more you practice, the more you ask yourself those questions, the more you will layer those micro improvements. Promise, promise, promise. Number one of the questions to ask yourself, the basic foundation is, am I getting in front of enough people? I would probably say no. If yes, great. You probably need to train on getting in front of enough people. I know even for me, I'm not getting in front of enough people for my Mary Kay, but I have a huge goal to sell 1,000 miracle sets this year. And of course that's my mission. That's my focus. And so I will be getting in front of enough people. But number 1, are you getting in front of enough people? If not, then you need to get in front of more people. And we need to talk about lead gen and prospecting and booking the appointment. What if you worked on your closing skills for 15 minutes to an hour per week? 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. What would your business look like in a year? It would be amazing. It'd be off the charts. I know it would. I know it would if you just were consistent, just like your weightlifting. So selling is an intentional style of communication. So get clear on your outcome ahead of time. What is my outcome? Before I close them, is my outcome to book an appointment? Is it to sell the product? You know, for a lot of you, it's just to book a 20-minute one-on-one, get to know the other person. And then, you know, probably at the next appointment, you would talk about selling your coaching program or your product. I'm finding in this day and age of Zoom and post-COVID that personally, I don't want to be sold on the first contact, you know, unless I know that's what you're going to do ahead of time. Tell me that ahead of time. I don't like surprises. So let me know ahead of time. So what is your outcome? You know, booking that appointment or booking that, selling that product. So you want to create a closing script. And it's natural for human beings to resist scripts. That's a whole other training. But today we're talking about creating a closing script. So have your prospect want what you offer before getting to the close. So that's pretty abstract, but that's what the whole sales process is about. So Eric teaches Sales Mountain. There are 7 steps up the Sales Mountain. This is about number 6. I could teach on the other 5 steps. Today we're teaching on the closing. So the nitty-gritty, the details, we had the abstract, you know, have your prospect know what you want, they want before they get to the close. Number 1, this is the nitty-gritty, this is the detailed part. Transition into the close. This is a bridge statement letting your prospect know that you're moving from the body of the close into the close. I had down here letting your wonderful prospect know that. So LaDonna, what I'd like to do now is share with you how I work with clients like you. Or at the beginning, if I'm doing a group, a Mary Kay group. So at the beginning, I shared with you that you'd have access to some special deals for being here. Now I'm going to share those deals with you. Or now I'm going to share with you how the sets come and how you can take them home with you today. Or what I'd like to do now is share with you details about my ongoing coaching program. So have a transition statement, a bridge from the body of the close, letting them know now we're closing. Now in the body of the close, and this may seem obvious to you, but for me, it's always been helpful to actually have this list. I like clarity and order. Even though my house is a mess right now, I do like clarity and order. So you want to cover all the details in your close. Number 1, the price. Number 2, your guarantee or your warranty. Number 3, what's included. Number 4, methods of payment. Number 5, terms of payment. Number 6, shipping and or delivery instructions, like if you're a furniture store or something like that. Number 7, the length of your agreement. You know, if you have a coaching agreement. And number 8, what are your bonuses, if any? I'm sure everybody has bonuses. So the next step would be your final close. And that would be the ask. So LaDonna, which credit card would you like to use today? LaDonna, are you ready to get started? So LaDonna, is this the set you'd like to take? And LaDonna, this is the last one. Would you like to get it? Yes. So that's your ask. You've got your transition statement, the details, and then your formal ask. Oh, would you like a 1-month or a 12-month supply? That's another good one. So this is a simple, tried and true and effective way to close. So for you, make a list of your components. Like for me as a Mary Kay consultant, I don't have, a length of our agreement. So many of your components will be what I listed from above. You know, it might seem obvious, but I just want to clarify that for you. So for me, for example, as a Mary Kay consultant, number 1, I have a set sheet. These are how my sets come. And I have the prices on the sheet. Number 2, I have the bonuses with the sets. And number 3, I'm going to mention that Mary Kay is 100% guaranteed lifetime. If LaDonna buys an eyebrow pencil from me today, and a year later, she decides she doesn't like that color, she can return it. And she doesn't even have to physically return it. So I go over that in my close. And I also share that many of our Mary Kay products have the Good Housekeeping seal of approval, which is a big deal. And just so I go over that. I go over the sets and their prices, the bonuses with their sets, and the guarantee. It depends on your personality type. Some people could care less about a guarantee, but somebody who's more detailed wants to know that it's safe to buy this product. And if they don't like it, they can return it. So cover all the details for all the personalities. So make a list of your components, put them in order, obviously, and then script out each component. So you're saying the same thing every time. For example, in my business, I would say, so this is the I Deserve It All set. And you can see why most people start with it, because it's the most value. Plus you get the bonuses. Or if you're asking for the money, just one of the Mary Kay trainers always says, is this the card you'd like to use? She doesn't ask a whole lot of questions. They have written down what they want to purchase. Or you could say, would you like to use your card or Venmo? But say the same thing every time. That way it's scripted out and your close will be more efficient. So one of Eric's clients, he has a client named Scott who years ago came to him, and he's a videographer and a photographer, and he was about to lose his business. And he sent Eric a desperation text, like, I need help. So Eric met with Scott, and he found that there was a ton of resistance to selling. And there still is to this day. I don't know why. I guess it's old stories about selling, but anyway, that's a whole other conversation. So Eric asked him, what do you say at the end of your presentation to lead and guide your prospect to action? What do you say? And Scott said, I don't know. So right there, you see, he was winging it. He just didn't have a path to run on. So Eric said, I'm going to craft a close for you. Because one of the most important aspects, probably the most, in your presentation is clarity. Know what you're going to say, what stories you're going to tell, when you're going to say it. So he crafted a close for Scott, and he told him exactly what to say. And he said, practice this with your wife, 10 times. And then he met with Scott a week later, and he said, did you practice with your wife? And he said, no, but I did it 200 times on my own. And Eric said, well, what happened? And he said, well, when I went to the close with my client, I was so nervous that I screwed it up. And Eric said, well, what happened? And he said, well, the guy still bought from me anyway, because I was more clear than I had ever been. So Scott is, I think he's had to open a new space because his business is doing so well. But now he's got clarity, knows how to close. He knows what to say because Eric crafted that closing script from him. And you don't need Eric to craft a script. You can sit down and craft that yourself. So not knowing what to say to becoming more confident in what he said and closing more sales. So it's tried and true. Number one, script your close, script it all out. Script the transition statement. I know I keep saying it, but I'm pounding it home. Script your transition statement. Script what you say for price, what you say for bonuses. Script it all out so your mind isn't wandering. Practice it by yourself in front of a mirror, preferably. Role play it with somebody, and then deliver it in person. And I guarantee the first time you're going to be super nervous, then you'll get more confident the more that you do it. So now I'm going to share with you, it seems like that has gone so fast. I'm going to share with you what Eric offers for his sales training. And again, what's one of the 5 best decisions in my life. And I have dealt with death, divorce, childbirth, becoming a consultant, moving, And working with Eric's, like I said, one of the top 5. I've taken the Landmark Forum. That was one of the top 3. So anyway, I don't know, meeting LaDonna, that might be in there too somewhere. I love that. So Eric offers 3 protege programs, we call them. He offers the Platinum, which is a $5,000 program, and that is accessible by interview only. So you would book a consultation with Eric, and you can text me or message me for that. And you can text me or message me for any of these programs. So that's the Platinum. That is the one that I joined. He also offers a Gold program. Now, what you get with these programs is modules of training that you can go into and learn anytime you want. And the great thing about Eric is it doesn't end after a year. You have lifetime access to the recorded programs. So I can go in there anytime I want, and I always hear something new. And then you have, of course, access to private Facebook groups. If you're in the Platinum program, you get coaching with Eric twice a month. So you also get the Gold and the Silver programs included. So that's his top of the line. And each program has 12 modules. So you're getting whatever 12 times 3 is. I'm not a mathematician, I'm a Mary Kay consultant. So I'm not going to do math on a Zoom. Anyway, so the Platinum program is by interview. The Gold program, which you get the Silver program with it, the lower level program, is $100 a month or $9.95. And then the Silver Protege program, which is such a great start. What you get is 12 training modules from Eric. You get training twice a week. It's an hour-long group training call, and they are amazing. So he does training on those calls, and then he does Q&A or shares. So you get to hear other successes, what's working, what's not working. You get to pick Eric's brain. And Eric is super authentic. He's one of the most authentic human beings I've ever met. And it's just absolutely refreshing. It's like what you see is what you get. And I feel like I can ask Eric anything. And I do. I share hard times and good times with him. So with the Silver, you get the Facebook group, the 12 recorded modules, twice a week training. The trainings are recorded, and you can go back and access the recordings and or the notes anytime. And his assistant posts them the same day. She's just awesome. I've missed very few of the programs. So that is the Silver Protege program. And the modules that he teaches are the 7 steps of his, what he calls the sales mountain: lead generation, appointment setting, building trust and rapport, huge component for selling, identifying customer needs. Have you ever met somebody and they don't even ask you what you need, and then the whole time in your head, you're thinking, that's not what I need. That's not what I want. Ask me about me. Ask me what I want. So we do training on identifying customer needs, sharing the benefits of your product, and of course, how to close. And again, you have lifetime access to the modules, the Facebook group, the live calls. So you'll learn how to get unlimited leads, how to set unlimited appointments. That would be wonderful. And to consistently close, consistently. Everything's lifetime membership. Anytime Eric updates his information, there's no charge for it. He offers other programs at a cost, like he does a book in the day program. He does a planning class for 2024, and he always does it way ahead of time. He just did a training class for the last quarter. We just did a write your script in a day class. Those are offered to you free. If you're a Protege member, you get all that for free. So there's a 30-day guarantee. Of course, if you want your money back for any reason, absolutely get your money back, and you will get ROI. This program, the Silver program, is a $12.99 program. And Eric, sometimes he offers it at $2.99. But today, his trainer, Dr. Moyne, has often called him the Mother Teresa of sales training. He's offering this Silver Protege program for $99 or 2 payments of $50. So it's an amazing deal. You will get ROI. You'll love Eric and you'll love the training. So that's the offer today, the Silver Protege. You will learn way more than closing. It's $99, normally $12.99. And you can just text me or message me or email me. I don't have a link to sign you up, but if you message me, the bonuses, I forgot the bonuses. See, I was so excited about you signing up for Eric. The bonuses are a free PDF of his book, The Sales System. He's written 10 books, I think, but The Sales System, a free PDF. And you get a 20-minute coaching session with Eric. And that's worth $99 alone, believe me. So thank you all. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, I want to acknowledge you for your time and your attention. It's just extremely important to me that you've gifted me with both. And just remember, you have greatness inside of you. Thank you, LaDonna.
Yay. So anyone that's interested in Eric's programs, let's just put a hashtag Eric in the chat with your information so that Anne can contact you later. You're not agreeing to anything. This is just for more information because there's too much information to make a decision like that, I think, in the chat. So I would feel more comfortable just hashtag Eric, and then Anne can contact you.
Awesome, LaDonna. Thank you. Perfect.
Okay, and then questions. Who has questions? I'm going to start off. Go ahead, Abby. I'll wait for you. Go ahead, Abby.
Well, simple question is, when is the offer finished?
That is a good question. How about we go through the end of the week? But Abby, if you need more time, just let me know. You know, I love you and we can always work with you.
Yes, perfect. My question for you, Anne, is you talked about, for example, sets. So when you go and you're talking to someone about a set on Zoom, I don't know if you do that when you're trying to sell a set. Do you show a picture of different sets that you have, or?
I do both. I have slides. I have a slide of the closing sheet.
Okay.
Because it's a great visual. And then of course I also hold up the product. I can't believe I don't have any. Mary Kay, I cleaned off my desk. I don't have any right here.
Okay.
But I usually hold up the product as well, just because, I don't know, that just makes a difference in people's brains.
Okay. Because
I'm going to
be honest with you, I never thought about making a slide for, different coaching programs, different strategy classes that I have. And maybe that's a thought, because visualization is key. It is great anytime you can visualize. And I can't hold up a coaching program, but I could hold up a sheet or a slide, and put in share my screen. So that's a great idea. And maybe offer, I think I have 3 different programs, maybe offer 2, or maybe offer all 3, who knows? So that's a great idea. Okay.
Love it. Perfect. Great.
Awesome. Who else? Kelly, let's call on you. Do you have any questions or comments? I can't.
I have to find my unmute.
Yes, that mute button.
Just no questions. I did take a lot of notes.
Good.
And I do like that about creating a closing script, because I think my biggest issue is at the end of it, I never really, when can I follow up with you? That sort of thing. So that is, I know, definitely one of my weaknesses.
Not anymore.
Exactly. We're going to work with that with my accountability partner.
Awesome. And good for you for being willing to look and be honest with yourself. There's no freedom in winging it. Believe me, because I've done it. I've done it so many times, and you just come away feeling like weird and ishy, and I don't know, it's just so weird. But when you've got the words and the pathway, then you can kind of embellish it with, you know, speaking from your heart and just being more you and being there, because you already know the words. Like I said, you're not wasting energy trying to think about, what am I supposed to say? What am I going to say? You already know what you're going to say. And it can be tweaked, of course. You know, I always kind of break down my presentation afterwards, what worked, what didn't work. Maybe I should have used this word. That's just me. But yeah, get a track to run on, get those words, get that script.
Yes, awesome. And Tamara, how about you? What comments or questions do you have for Anne today? Tamara?
Sorry, guys, I don't have any. I was trying to help somebody else out with you know, that I was trying to play Abby for a minute and didn't work. I really don't have any questions other than who is Eric, and just so you know, I used to sell Mary Kay.
Awesome. Yeah, he's an international sales trainer. He's had his own company for 25 years. He started out at the bottom of the barrel, actually, and was going to get fired because he wasn't meeting his quota. And so he got some training, and I think in about 2 weeks moved from the bottom to the top. And then he just decided to start his own company. Like I said, he's just
awesome,
super authentic with his stories. He always says out of high school, he made over 100,000. And then he says, but not $100,000. I made 100,000 hamburgers at McDonald's.
There we go. There we go. And Jocelyn, let's go to you. What do you think? Any comments or questions?
Very good information. And I'm just curious too, because you mentioned that he worked under Tony Robbins. And if any of his techniques have the NLP, because I'm certified in NLP, and they do go through that sales process through NLP, that strategic. I haven't really applied a lot of that to my sales process. I probably should look into that a little bit more and fine tune that, because, you know, the closing, I think, is a part where a lot of us do struggle with, and finding out that verbiage, right? I'm very big on scripts. I come from the social service field, working with highly behavior appeal people. And if it's not scripted, you're losing people, right? Right? So I'm very big on scripts. So it's fine tuning that for myself as well.
So great question. So, gosh, I don't want to say Eric's old enough, but what I find with Eric is he incorporates some of everything. We actually have somebody in our program whose business is NLP. And honestly, yes, Tony Robbins uses it, but I would research Dr. Donald Moyne, because he's the expert, and it's Moine. Now he's on LinkedIn. And if you message him on LinkedIn, you got to message him. You got to say, hey, I heard about you through Anne, who trains with Eric Lofholm, and he'll connect right away, but he likes to get a message. He's a brilliant man, and he's the father of that, because what happened was he was studying salespeople, top salespeople, asked them if they use scripts. A lot of them said no, but when he really looked at them and studied them, they were using sales scripts. So he did his dissertation on that. He has a PhD in that. He's just a fun guy. So, and it's, like I said, it's Donald Moine. I always want to spell it with a Y, but he's the father of that. And yes, Eric incorporates it. He also incorporates a lot of Steve Hardison and who you're being.
Gotcha.
You know, am I being love? Am I being grumpy? Who are you being? A lot of times when I coach with Eric, I'm looking for the perfect technique or that. And it's not about that. It's like, Anne, who are you being? Are you being greatness inside of you, you know. So he's got the nitty gritty, I call it, and he's got the other, I don't want to say the woo-woo, but the energy, you know, because I love all that stuff and I've always loved all that stuff. I just need both. And I think any salesperson needs both. You've got to have, you know, the heart and the brain. You've got to have the details. When you have the details down, then you can bring more of your heart to it. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question though?
Yeah, it did.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and Anne, can you spell Eric's last name, please? You're muted. Anne?
Hey, when I'm muted, because I love to talk.
Okay, that's okay. What's how to spell his last name, please? You're muted.
I keep unmuting and it's going back. Sorry.
Okay.
So it's L-O-F as in Frank, H-O-L-M as in Millionaire Marketplace. And I'll put it in the chat.
I just did. Got it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. I just want to make sure. I probably would not have spelt it like that. I probably would have added an E. So, you know. Okay, so let's go to Dar. Dar, do you have any questions or comments for Anne?
I really enjoyed her presentation. Even though it took me back to the early 90s when I was doing business to business telemarketing. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that doesn't matter. I totally agree that something needs to be in front of you. I totally agree that you need to know what you're going to say, but you have to be careful about knowing it too well, because then it's going to come off as sounding like you're a robot, even though, because it can go from one extreme to the other.
Yes.
So it can sound like you're not enjoying what you're doing.
You got
right.
Yeah. You know what? I have heard people that really sounds like they're scripted. And
exactly.
I see what you're saying, Dar. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I get that. That was my previous skill set. That was what I used to do. And the other thing is as far as the script is concerned, don't make your sentences too lengthy and make them point form if possible, because then until you get to know your script better, you can gee, I almost sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I could go on and on about that topic, but that's
so
okay.
Funny. You're so funny, Dar. I love you.
Oh, thank you, LaDonna.
Well said.
Anita,
I love it, Dar.
Any questions or comments for Anne? Unmute, please.
Great job, Anne. You were very clear. I appreciated the breakdown of the list and all that. The only comment I would have is it's sort of a dance you're doing between being clear and listing it all out and remembering to highlight the pain points of who you're selling to and create a vision of what's possible for them while you're explaining. And practice is how you get there.
Awesome. So, thank you.
I think acute listening to, knowing your ideal client or prospect and listening to what they say so you can weave that in there. So, but good job. Thanks.
I love that. I love that. And you know what? It's I love question and answer time because I really feel like we get a lot of connection and networking going. Dar, did you have another question?
Yeah, I did. Well, not a question, but another. I don't remember if Anne stated this or not, but try to know a little bit about the company. Do a Google search on the person's name if you can before you call them. And I would suggest knowing something a little bit about what they do before they tell you.
Absolutely.
Because that'll show interest in the entire conversation.
Yes, you're right. Kelly.
I have a question. So you said, and I have been thinking about this, you said, so let me tell you my situation. I don't go out of the house. All of my meetings I do on Zoom. So I go to networking events, set up coffee dates and that sort of thing. Now you said you don't like being sold to on the first appointment. But a lot of the times when we do make the coffee dates, like I did have a coffee date with LaDonna, and we did both talk about our business. Mm-hmm. So that, like, how do you get over that to get the second appointment if you're not going to talk about your business?
So in my experience, what has happened is we've clarified ahead of time. Like, you know, Joe LaDonna, Joe Brazee, you know, we were doing a connection call, but we clarified ahead of time that we were just going to get to know each other personally. And if our business came up, it came up. Now that made me a little bit nervous, Kelly, because like I said, I like order and structure, but we had one of the best conversations. We were supposed to talk for 20 minutes. We talked for an hour, but we clarified ahead of time. We're just getting to know each other. And I resisted that. I did resist that. I had texted her and said, well, we're going to share our businesses. And she said, no, let's just get to know each other. And then it was so great that we did set up a second call. Because I worry sometimes about people not being willing to connect again because everybody's so busy. But I think you make time for the people you want to make time for. And I'm not sure I'm answering your question. All I know is we clarified ahead of time, this is what we're doing. And I think when I said that, one of the things, it's not necessarily when I network with somebody, although I do want to know, are we sharing our businesses? I think what happens is when you friend somebody on Facebook, and then all of a sudden I'm getting all these, join my coaching program. Well, first of all, I have a coach. I've had a coach, you know, just soften me up a little bit first.
Right. So it is okay. Like, I mean, to get to know the person, like, don't go in guns blazing, basically.
Of course, you wouldn't want that.
I've been on one-on-ones with people in networking events, and that's it, right? Like, you can't get a word in edgewise.
Exactly. So I would be clear and I would ask permission.
Okay.
Kelly, is it okay if I share a little bit about, you know, my business? It's just such a part of my life. It's ingrained in me. And, you know, I'd love for you to just know what I do and why I love it.
Okay.
So clarity and permission, I think. But yes, I've been on actually only a couple of those calls where they came in guns blazing, and it just, honestly, it's just left a really bad, you know, it just wasn't fun. And I got coaching on it though. So
yes. Right. And you know what? I want to put a little bit of feedback in there because
thank you, LaDonna.
This during my strategy classes, you have to fill out the person. So like, for example, today, Anita's new. I'm the only one out of all of us, I believe, that has spoken with Anita. And we had a call. It went very well. But we did talk business, but we didn't go into business right away. I asked her, tell me about you and your business, because that kind of softens everything up. Not selling anything, but tell me about you and your business. And then I said about me and my business. And I went ahead because the conversation was going well. I invited her to come to the events, to become a member of the events. And so I think you have to fill it out. Sometimes I reach people and I do not have a good feeling. I don't have that warm feeling. Even after I ask, tell me about you and your business. I think you really have to fill it out. And two, where did you meet this person? Like Anne and I, for example, I was introduced by Anne by someone else. So we got into a conversation together because of a friend of hers or someone else that she had met first. And then we had several different, and, and we had a lot in common because I used to be a Cadillac Mary Kay person, many years ago. And so we had a lot in common and we had a very warm conversation, but we did have a second conversation because we weren't talking about really the products. We were talking about events. Coming to events. So there's a lot of ways of filling out people, but when there's someone that's very, let me say, there's nothing wrong with them, but some people are not very assertive with their words. They're more dry, to the point. You may have to do 3 conversations with them, but that's okay. It's absolutely okay. So let's say that I met Kelly for the first time today, but we've had a very good conversation today because of the question and answers. That's one of the reasons I do the question and answers. You could be truly call this your first time meeting someone, me and Kelly meeting, because Kelly's told me her name. She's told me that how she loves to eat. She loves to eat clean. She's told us that she sells patches. She gets rid of your pain. We knew she had neck pain this morning. See what I'm saying? We've already all connected somewhat to Kelly. So if you set an appointment with Kelly, it's almost like a second appointment because she's already, now every meeting's not that way. Everyone doesn't get to question and answer and talk. So you couldn't count that. But because we have talked a lot, we could. Dar, you have your hand up?
Yeah, it also could be an off chance that if somebody is coming in at all forces, and it could be possible they don't know what they're doing yet. So you kind of have to be careful and assess it the way you see it and so on. So
yes, always, always look at what you're going into, how you met them, what you know about them. Do a little research about them is always great. I think we lost Anita. Oh no, there she is. She moved on me. Anita, you were at the bottom of my screen. Now you're at the top of my screen. Zoom does that.
You better come back to the picture.
So I hope that helped answer your question, Kelly.
Yes. Yeah, okay. It did. So it's not a steadfast rule that don't do it. Just play each situation.
You kind of have to fill it out, how you feel.
Yeah.
Always be a good listener. Listen first before you speak is what I say. Mm-hmm. And sometimes that's hard for me. As you can tell, I love to speak. So I have to remind myself, but I think we all do sometimes. Okay. Any other questions before we go into the marketplace? All right. And please remember that in the chat, I tried to do my best to bullet point a lot of the things that Anne was talking about. And of course, you want to save the chat anyway, because we have all of our information in there. So, so we are going to go ahead and go into the marketplace now. Anne, you did a wonderful job, and I'm so glad that Anne came and spoke with us. And I think that was great. And we're going to have her back again to talk about some of the other things that she is learning. So you are so welcome. With that, Anne, we are going to the marketplace, and we are going to start off by number 1, bring us your favorite pitch, your best pitch. Bring us your very best offer. When I say your very best offer, what your familiar with, you're comfortable with, you would utilize yourself, and the best price you could do. It doesn't have to be a product. It can be a program. It can be a consultation. It can be a ticket to the next event. Whatever it is, you can bring it. So with that said, we are going, well, Anne just went off screen. Okay, we will go to Jocelyn. Come on down.
All right. Hello. Am I okay? I'm unmuted. Okay, good. Experience healing without the need to really relive your trauma. It's not about discussing it for hours and hours, but acknowledging and finding your path to recovery. Your journey to healing begins with recognizing your truth, and that's where the transformation unfolds. I'm offering everybody here a Karuna Reiki healing for half price, so 50% off. So if anybody is interested in a Karuna Reiki healing session, it is virtual. It takes about an hour. So it's done online. And after I tell you what comes through for you and the messages to help you on your healing journey as well. So if you're interested, it's a hashtag Reiki. And again, it's 50% off.
And my question would be, Jocelyn, tell me a little more. What is the price after 50%, please?
It's after 50%, it's $75.
$75 for about an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's going to make me 100 pounds less and thinner and younger.
You will feel rejuvenated. You'll feel like a weight has been lifted, right? So yes, you may feel 100 pounds lighter, right? I've seen people where their whole color has changed, right? Where they looked a little dark and gray after they felt more revitalized. You might get a burst of energy. You might even feel tired after, and it's acknowledging how your body's feeling in that moment and giving yourself what it needs.
Perfect.
So yes.
Awesome. And Jocelyn, what would be your hashtag?
You can put hashtag Reiki.
Okay. Can you go ahead and put that in the chat?
I can right now.
With your contact information. You may have already put in your contact information above, but go ahead and do it again. So it's all together, please.
Okay, I will do that right now.
Anyone that's interested, go ahead and put in her hashtag Reiki and your contact information so that you guys can communicate, set up a time, and agree to whatever it is that you would like for her to do. Any questions for Jocelyn? Okay, Jocelyn, then I'm going to ask another question. How does this work? How do you figure out what's going on with us? How are you going to make us feel better?
Basically, I tap into your energy. I call in the Karuna Reiki energy, and I connect with your spirit team, your guides, and I'm channeling the energy through me to you, and intuitively I receive guidance. So depending on what's coming up through for you, it's different for every person. I may feel it in my body. I may see things. You may have somebody who's passed that wants to give you a message. That all can come through. And anything past live or generational that you're carrying as well can be cut away, basically. It's the cords that are cutting and falling away. So you're not carrying those things forward. Wow. So I could get intuitive messages for you as well. Right. Wow. So it's a lot. So for about 45 minutes, I'm like channeling a lot of information that's specifically for the person that I'm doing the healing for.
That is amazing. I've never figured out how people do that. I can't tell anything about what's going on with myself. How can I tell what's going on with others? That's how I feel. Has anyone ever had a session like this?
What is the name of it called again, you said?
It's a Karuna Reiki session. So it's under the umbrella of Usui Holy Fire. So you have your level 1, your level 2, and master, and you have the Karuna master level. Okay. So it's just a different type of energy. It's more of the feminine goddess energy that I'll be tapping into during this session.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Okay. Anne, are you around? Okay. So we will go ahead and go up. There she is. Anne, it is your turn. Are you ready?
I am not ready. I didn't know I was giving another offer.
Okay, no, we'll come back to you. No problem. No problem. With that said, we are going to go with Abby. Come on down.
Thank you very much. So how much time do I've got?
Oh, just, 2 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Well, my 2-minute spiel is a continuation of my first spiel. And I'm going to, and in that, I have an offer. So I'll continue off where I left off, and that is many of my clients refer to me as working with me as heavenly. And so bring your tech problems overwhelming you, and I'll fly in to help you. The last thing I want to let you know is I have a ton of patience. You'll never get me upset with you. It's helping you through your issues with the computer. The best way to get a hold of me is my contact page and book a one-on-one consultation, and where we can get to know each other and what we do. And bottom line is, I've been doing this idea of helping people with their computers since the 90s. And it was the 80s when I started getting involved with computers. I learned hands-on all along about computers and learned the right way to get things done. So it's been 30 years of truck driving. When I retired from it in 2015, I then did this passion full time, and it's been a joy every day since. Because I love getting those smiles by the end of the session. So what I'm going to be offering today is 5% off any of the yearly costs, which is already a 10% off the hourly. So for example, the popular one is my monthly service, like LaDonna has. It costs approximately $48 a month, but plus tax. But I'm offering it at $518 for the yearly cost. But I'm giving anybody here, only here, an additional 5% off if they for you to have off the $518. So that works out to $492.10 plus tax. For the Americans, that's an additional 30% off because of the currency exchange rate. So that works out pretty darn good for the Americans. And that is times 1.3. Nope, back up. Divided by 1.3 times 1.13 divided by 1.3. That works out to 427 American, approximately, because it fluctuates. But that is for my professional plan for monthly maintenance and performance. It keeps your computer working without having the worry of it getting clogged up or failing for some other reason. I can give you the heads up that you need something done soon beyond the monthly maintenance, instead of all of a sudden it going down. So that's my offer, and who would like to take me up on that?
Any questions or comments for Abby? Abby, what would be your hashtag if they want more information or take you up on your deal?
Tech, hashtag tech. And go ahead.
Tech.
I have a question. So when somebody signs up for your package, you basically do everything remote, right? So you have remote access and you go in and you do your maintenance and when you need to, or you let the person know? How does that work?
Thank you for bringing that up. I use AnyDesk, and in a format where you have to accept me. I will not do access to your computer when it's convenient for me. It is convenient for both of us, and we work together, because if something needs to be deleted, I need to get your permission.
Okay, that makes total sense.
But I want it to be agreeable so that you end up being happy with your computer.
Okay.
So that's how I deal with that. And yes, the 90% of my work is done online, and 90% of that ish is Windows-based computers. I do help people with Mac and Linux as well.
Awesome.
Okay,
Any other
that's good to
questions?
know.
Okay, I do want to say I do have that monthly plan, and I will tell you, ladies, it's the best money that I spend during the month. Big Daddy no longer growls at me, tries to wipe out every time something goes wrong with my computer. Oh, let's just wipe it all out to factory. No. You know, this is my job. This is my work. This is my, I don't want to say my life, because my family is my life, but everything is inside the brain of my laptop. And it scares me when he, you know, number one, we have to argue back and forth. Guess what? Abby never argues with me. And when I don't understand something, if I need to understand it, she makes sure I understand it, no matter how many times she has to tell me. It's the best. She sets it up monthly, and we do it. It takes 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know, not very long, according to what she has to do. And she's done. I don't have to worry about him. And he doesn't come home anymore. Did you clean your cookies? And I always say no, because I forget. Because I forget how to go into the settings and do it. Did you defrag your computer anytime lately? No. And here we go. And now he's learned not to do it, because when he starts, I always say, nope, Abby's got it. Abby's got it. And he'll say, why are we spending the money on that when I could do it? Nope, Abby has it. She's got it. Because I don't want to argue with her. I don't want him to reset my computer. I don't want him to tell me, I have showed you every month how to do this and you still don't get it. I don't want to learn it. I'm sorry, I just don't. I learn other things. So, you know, I'm just telling you, and Abby has picked up a hacker in my computer. I took my laptop on a trip to a hotel. And when I came home right after that, I didn't notice it. I didn't notice anything different. When she did my cleanup, she noticed that someone had gotten into my laptop. Never knew it. It was from the hotel. You know, so this morning she found something. We needed a VPN, something. We just took care of it right then and there, because I want my computer to be secured. I have been hacked. It's a horrible thing. And Abby and I was talking about that this morning because of Facebook and LinkedIn. It took me 3.5 weeks to get my LinkedIn account back. So yes, do what you can. It took me 3 days to get my Facebook back, but that's 3 days of business that people thought I was out of business. So thank you, Abby. #tech. Please reach out to her. And if you don't take her up on the monthly plan, remember, when you do have questions or need help, go to Abby. With that said, yes, Abby.
I've added an additional link to the chat just to make sure people can see it. It's to my safety page about internet safety, leading to the idea of cybersecurity for everyone. And it's an economical way to have cybersecurity. Grab the free information and get yourself aware so that you know what you need to get done. Some things in the free information you can do yourself. Some things you can have me do, or someone else that's techie. And the whole point is, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Absolutely. Thank you, Abby. All right, we are going to go to Kelly. Kelly, come on down.
Well, hello, everyone again. Kelly Doran from Oshawa, and I'm here to help you with all the different modalities you're suffering in today's crazy, crazy world. So to let you know, right now, I have 4 patches I'm wearing. Defend, Liberty, Peace. I wear my peace patch all the time, keeps me grounded. And my joy patch just needed that little extra kick today because I've been on call since 8 o'clock this morning. So if you don't know, Anne, I don't think this is the first time I've met you. So Super Patch, which we can't see, is a non-invasive, drug-free wearable tech. You just, as soon as it touches your skin, it's like a QR code. And as soon as it touches your skin, that part of your brain starts to optimize the neurology in it. So we have 11 different patches, again, all drug-free, non-invasive. And my offer today, so the price for the very first time you order is you get a 25% discount. So a 28-day pack is $45. And that is for the wherever you live, it's your currency, that's the price. Anyone who orders today a 4-week pack, I will send you a 4-pack as a gift to your address, whichever 4-pack you'd like to try. So #patches.
Awesome, Kelly. Thank you. Any questions for Kelly? Does anyone here wear a patch from the super line that Kelly does?
Not this. I've tried the LifeWave patches. I don't know if they're anything similar to those. What's the company and name of these ones again?
So this is the Super Patch Company.
The Super Patch Company.
LifeWave is stem cell activation.
Yes.
So I have no idea what that means. I just know that with our patches, it doesn't matter where you put them. And we have 11 patches. I think they only have, I'm not sure. I know they've been around longer than us, definitely. But the testimonials that are coming out with the Super Patch Company are just, they're crazy. People that have been in pain, just only on the pain patch, people that have been in pain for years that are taking these drugs that are killing them. And doctors are saying, sorry, nothing we can do. They're putting these pain patches on. And within days, they're just coming out of pain. Like the pain is leaving their body. And the pain patches, they do have to be changed every 24 hours. And, but yeah, and they do last 24 hours.
So there's no age. Like I'm just thinking of my mother-in-law who is in constant pain all the it's wearing. That's all I hear.
No age, no, you can have a pacemaker, you can be pregnant. We don't have any safety, check with your doctor for this because there's nothing in the patch. There's no ingredients whatsoever.
No scent,
nothing.
So it won't hurt. Like, because I find with not that it hurts, but I find with the LifeWave patches, we're only supposed to wear them for 12 hours. I don't wear them consistently. I usually just put it on my shoulder when it acts up. But after the 12 hours, like I have very sensitive skin to the point where certain medical tapes will leave blisters, like full out blisters on me. The LifeWave patch doesn't, but it gets irritated, right? So wherever that patch was, I do get a little bit of a ring around, like it's sensitive, right? So it wouldn't, like, how would you know if people with sensitive?
You know what? We do have customers that do have like you, and they suggest that you get that. There's a spray. It's a spray you can use for, you spray on your skin. So, and then you put the patch on because then it doesn't have the sensitivity. But there's also like, you could put the patch down by your ankle, let's say.
Where it's less sensitive.
Maybe where it's not quite as sensitive. So we do have, that's the coaching. So once we get on a one-to-one and I coach you all the way through to make sure the patches are working for you.
Gotcha. I'm definitely going to check out your info. Thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, you're muted, LaDonna.
Okay, Anne, go ahead.
So can you tell me a little bit more about like maybe the joy patch. I don't need a patch for pain. So what are some of the other patches?
So great questions, Anne. I can quickly share. So the joy patch, what it does, I have a PDF of all of our patches. So
is it going to make me happy all the time?
Yes,
Kelly?
it does. It really does. The joy patch just makes you feel better, naturally feel joy, happiness, optimism, and have a positive attitude. It really does. And my family notices if I don't have, are you not wearing your joy patch today? Go put it on. And it's like, okay. And it does. I just find myself smiling, sitting, during the day when I'm wearing that patch for no reason.
Girl, what is in there? What is in there?
Yeah. It's just the way that pattern is woven. And when it touches the skin, it does it. So we have a peace patch. We have a defend patch, which is immune boosting. So a lot of people with allergies, stuff like that. The flow patch is for cognitive function. We have a lot of people that dementia, Alzheimer's, this particular patch is helping with. We have the sleep patch, so it helps. Ignite helps increase your metabolism, so to help you lose weight.
There you go, LaDonna. I'm getting that one.
The joy patch, the pain patch. So yeah, and then we have the kick it patch. So the kick it patch is to help with bad habits.
Oh.
So if you want to quit drinking soda, we have a lot of testimonials, people that, they just wanted to give up that sugar soda at 2:00. With the help of the kick it patch, it takes that craving away, sort of interrupts the brain signal. And then we have the two patches. One is for more health, so more energy, more balance, stability, power, range of motion. And then the other patch is more for athletic performance. Abby, with your unicycle, you could throw on that victory patch, man, and you'd be unicycling forever.
So which patches come in the pack you're offering?
The 4-pack?
That's what you're offering today.
If you purchase a 4-week pack, so if you purchase the $45 pack, I will throw in a 4-pack. So the 4-pack, I believe we have for all of the patches, with the exception of the Ignite, because you really that patch needs to be a 4-week, 8-week supply, sort of.
Okay, so which patches are coming in the pack you're sending, not the 4-pack? Do I pick one?
Yes, you go on. If you want to set up a call, I can help you. And then we'll go on the website, decide the 28-day pack that you'd like to try. And all the patches have a 30-day, no question, money back guarantee.
Okay. All right.
So you order them, you get them, you wear them 3 weeks straight, let's say 21 days straight. Every 24 hours, you replace them. And then you say, you know what? I never noticed anything. It's just a matter of calling the company. And it happens sometimes. Or maybe like Jocelyn, she won't be able to wear them because her skin is going to be too sensitive. It's just a matter of calling the company, saying, I want my money back. They tell you to cut up the patches, send a picture. As soon as they get the picture, they start the refund process. So it's like your company. We don't have to physically return the product either.
Okay. So my other question is, and it's probably a no, but is there any interference with hormone pellet treatment?
No.
Okay.
It won't do anything because there's nothing in the patch to interfere.
Okay.
So, and we have all the science and these studies and that too, that I can share with Anne as well.
That's
I think
awesome.
I need some joy and some weight loss. How about you, LaDonna?
You know what? When she reads through there, I'm like, man, there are days where I could utilize every patch that she has. I will just be patched up, let me tell you. I just wish my medical insurance would pay.
Do you have an extra coverage? Do you have what's it called in Canada? I think it's called a health spending account.
Yes.
No?
Yes, I have a
Because-
health spending account.
So as long as you can prove it's health,
That's
why,
okay.
if you don't need a prescription to claim it, if it's just,
No, because I can go into CVS or Walgreens or any of them and buy medical stuff, and they, so good
so
thought,
then
Kelly. Good thought.
looking,
Good thought.
yeah.
That is an excellent thought. Because you know what? They pay for all my pain medicines and things like that. So why not? I don't know. Insurance is crazy. Anyway, any other questions for Kelly? And then we'll move on. All right, Tamara.
Kelly, that
Yes.
peach patch, is that for anger?
Yes, it will help you. It just keeps a whole calmness over you. And anger was when I was the very first time I used that patch. Somebody sent me a message on Messenger and Facebook. And I just went, are you kidding me? How dare you say that? And I looked at my peach patches and I thought, okay, baby, let's see what you can do. So I slapped one on, and honestly, within 10-15 minutes, it was like water dripping off me, like just the pain or I calmed completely down. It was unbelievable. I could feel myself go
I'll
from
be
a
looking up
10.
for that one. That's the one I'll be looking for.
Okay. We can connect afterward as well, Tamara, if you'd like.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, we are going to move along to Anne. Are you ready?
I am ready. I'm going to put my Mary Kay beauty coat on and share with you. I have an intentional goal of sharing our new revised miracle set with 1,000 people this year. This is something Mary Kay came up with a few years ago, and with science, technology, development has revised, and it's better than ever. I was actually using our higher line of skincare, but I wanted to use this again, just because it's so innovative and so great. So again, my goal is 1,000 people using the miracle set. What it consists of is a cleanser with our 3D technology that defends and delays, defends against aging and free radicals, our antioxidant moisturizer, which I love. It feels like silk going on. Now, the miracle set is made to take away any past damage and prevent future damage. And with this antioxidant moisturizer and the other 2 supplements that come with the miracle set, you're going to get a double dose of protection and repairing. So in the morning, you use your cleanser, wash all the stuff off your face. Then you use your antioxidant moisturizer, excuse me. Then you add your day solution, which is an anti-aging supplement with SPF in it. So that's your 3rd step. So it's a 3-step process. At night, cleanse your face, moisturize with antioxidant, and then use your nighttime recovery serum, and that will repair while you sleep and prevent future damage. The miracle set is regularly $116, and it's a 4-month supply, 3 to 4 months. If you're using it up faster than that, I'm going to call you and find out what you're doing with it. Like, are you using it on your whole body or what? If you're using it on your whole body, we have other products for that. Don't do that. So Mary Kay products are very specific to certain areas of your skin. Anyway, the miracle set is normally $116 US. It would be $99 US for anybody today. And mainly what I'm offering, if you want to just jump in and go for that, but I'm offering a 20-minute one-on-one consultation about your skin and your particular needs. And I can send you free samples. And that way, when we do the consultation, we can figure out exactly what your skincare needs, because yes, this miracle set can and will work for anybody, but let's personalize it too and find out exactly what you may need. Are you concerned with deep lines and wrinkles? Are you concerned with smoother texture on your skin? Do you want a more radiant look? Are you more concerned with UVA and UVB protection? Let's talk about that. So I'm going to put hashtag Mary Kay. Again, the miracle set is $116 regularly, $99 for all you Millionaire Marketplace mavens here today. Thank you, LaDonna.
That is awesome. And I will tell you, Anne is very particular on what she sells you to make sure that it's right. And then she goes back and checks to make sure you're in love with it. For me, I always tell her, I want these wrinkles gone. And I will tell you, she sent me some product I purchased from her. And you know, and this is a true story. My husband noticed after I was using it for a few days that my face looked fresher. It looked refreshed. And that says a lot when someone notices something. Now, when I look in the mirror, I still see my wrinkles there. But hey, he noticed that they looked better, that I looked refreshed, and that matters, you know. So yes, and I always tell her, send me whatever products are gonna help with all these wrinkles, because I just keep aging. I don't know, man. I wish it would stop. And my daughter always makes a comments about, now everything I use on my face, I use on my neck, Anne, just so you know. And my daughter, my oldest daughter said, Mom, I got your wrinkles from your neck. But I will tell you, she has noticed that they look better since I've been using my product. So, and I was using product before, but when I met Anne, I wanted to try her to see, you know, if she could serve me better, and she does. So thank you, Anne. And just keep sending me the products, Anne, that helps these wrinkles.
You're very, very welcome.
You know, it does matter. Everyone has a specific thing that you don't like about you, right? Mm-hmm. And we all have those specific things that we do like about us. So we just always have to compliment ourselves on those bases, and always be aware what's going on around us for the things that we don't like. But we all look beautiful, because guess what? Those 21-year-olds are also going to age one day. So that's what I tell them.
And
yes, Kelly.
Does now that night, can we get that in Canada, or are we going to have to pay because I'm Canadian.
I know. So I did ship to Abby and Dar, and this is something that I'm new at, and they ended up having to pay some customs. I mean, I can ship there, but I felt awful that they had to pay some customs. So I'm not sure how to answer that, because for me, I live in my own world, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can ship to Canada, you know. So I think I can. I did. It's just they had to pay customs. So maybe Abby can answer that better than I can. What I'm trying to do is, there's a distribution center in, like, right now, if you're like LaDonna, I can put an order in with a distribution center in Texas, and she can have that product in 2 days, or I can ship from my own inventory. I could not ship to Abby and Dar from Texas because there's a distribution center in Canada. What I want to do is call the company, and I haven't done yet, and follow up and get that distribution center to ship directly. It's called customer delivery service. And so that to me is like a glitch in the system. So I hope it's okay that I revealed Abby and Dart are customers, but they ended up having to pay more.
Abby.
The customs issue that we had is a randomization. Is not every shipment gets caught in customs, and for what we ordered, it cost $32 Canadian for the customs processing. So once she gets that glitch fixed, then that'll be the way to go, without having the gamble of shipping from inventory, whether yours would get caught or not.
Do you not see with us, we have in my shopping cart, like I would send you my link, and you would go in and shop, and you would just change, you would pick your country that you live in, so USA, and you would shop, and it would be all in US dollars, and it's shipped from our US. They don't have a Canada shopping cart?
I will check, but the answer I got when I called the company is no, because we have a distribution center in Canada.
So I would have to deal with a Canadian rep then, basically.
You would have to deal with somebody who's not me, Kelly.
Right, I know. Well, that's what I mean.
So Kelly,
way to go.
So Anne,
no.
Is there a way, Anne, that you can find out if there's a way
Yes.
that you can order it through Canada with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on my list to do that. And if that's not the method or the system, then I will make it my mission to change that because now, how about just sending, I'll think it through. If I send you samples and you love it, you're still going to have to order from somebody in Canada. So let me do some legwork.
Okay. All right.
Thank you though. Great question.
So Kelly, I'm guessing you don't have an address in the US. I know some do, like Sue always, and Heather has a US.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No,
There was something so off of my e-commerce site, and I'm going to go with what Abby said, is that I have mailed a lot of things to Canada to different people. And only one time somebody come back and told me they had to pay customs. And I don't understand because I don't understand. I just don't understand customs because I have mailed so many things to different countries and no one's ever had to pay customs. I myself I am trying to find out for my e-commerce is what items do you have to pay customs on? Why do you have to pay customs? So that way I can, because I sell different kind of things, items. I want to break, and every time I go to do a search, it's different. Abby's shaking her head.
Customs, Canadian customs, like the US customs, because when you're shipping to Canada, that's the customs you have to deal with, is Canadian customs. Their rules change daily. So you can't get a set of rules of what's going to have custom charges and what's not. If you send it as a personal gift, it's more likely to get through.
Okay. Because, my question for customs when I Googled and found the department to talk to, is it clothing? Is it food, spices? Is it kitchen utensils? Is it school supplies? And their answer was, it all depends on who opens the box.
Yes.
That makes no sense to me. I'm sorry, but that's,
That is the customs, and American customs the same way when we ship to the US. So we always do the idea of trying to ship based on an American, like the network marketing that I've been involved with. Like Kelly said, you pick the country that you live in, and that avoids all that problem.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, okay. All right. So hopefully we can get that resolved. Anne's going to work on that. And with that said, we are going to go on to Tamara. Come on down.
Thank you so much. I provide the guidance and accountability that you need to succeed in your goals and your restarting your life. But what I'll give you right now is a free complimentary, session where we can sit down and discuss your goals and purpose and see if we can figure that out. So that's my gift. I don't have anything else right now. Sorry, guys.
No, that's perfect. I love that. I love consultations. Tamara, which hashtag would you like to use?
Let's go with hashtag restart.
All right, hashtag restart. Put that in the chat, Tamara, and go ahead and put your information. Even if you've already got it, let's do it again. And then anyone that's interested in getting with Tamara, please put your the hashtag and your information. And then that way we have it and we're not searching everywhere for it. All right, let's go to Anita. Come on down.
Hey, lovely ladies. A pleasure to have been with you today. What although my target market is working moms, I know a heck of a lot about fatigue, and I know it affects people of all ages. It is one of the things that as we age, we wrestle with. So what I'm offering is a free 30-minute strategy session with you to talk about what's going on with you and give you any kind of hints, help, information that we could personalize to re-energize you. I will work one-on-one with people and personalize it, but we can talk about that. I need to know what's going on with you so I can help you. We can use hashtag re-energize, and I'll put my email. You send me that and I can send you a calendar link. Again, a free 30-minute strategy session to help you re-energize, and we can talk from there what might help the best.
Awesome. And Anita, what hashtag would you like to use?
Re-energize. I'm going to put it in the chat right now.
Perfect. And with your information. And does anyone have questions about anything that Anita said? So, Anita, if I reached out to you, how would you help me re-energize?
During the strategy session, we would talk about what's going on with you and, you know, what's your fatigue, what you've tried. Most of us, when we are exhausted, have tried something, you know, and when you get locked into habits, you may not be able to identify things that you're doing, etc. So just that strategy, how we can maybe get you doing something else, maybe working deeper, and that can be in any kind of way. One of the things, for example, I use EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, or tapping, that can help clear some of this, I'll call it confusion, that sometimes hits with fatigue when you're just that tired. So there's a lot of tips and strategies and information I can help people with, and we'll start with a free strategy session.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I will say that I've had a couple of tapping where someone has done tapping with me. Mm-hmm. And wow, does that feel good once you get it done. And I've just done like just not a session, but just like a little bit of tapping. It's right here, I guess. And wow.
It's one of the places. Yeah. It's very well documented and researched. And it's very powerful. So
yes, we will have to have Anita do a session with us for that one day, because
I'd be happy to.
It was very incredible when we did it. Yes, Jocelyn.
I have a question in regards to the tapping, because
sure.
I've followed I follow somebody and I'll do his tappings every so often. Do you find that it's more effective if it's more personalized? Say I do a tapping with somebody who, like, one-on-one, or is it still effective when you're doing like videos and stuff like that?
Right. I think it's effective either way. I find it more effective when you've got the connection. Okay. But you can even do it on yourself. Yes. When you learn the techniques to do that. And basic, just a quick primer for everybody. Tapping on meridian points, it's what acupuncturists use, is clinically proven to bring down your fight or flight freeze response. Healing and re-energizing cannot happen when you're in the fight or flight response. You have to get that down so your body can go into a relaxation response. And so if you don't have a peace patch from Kelly and you need to lower that quickly, there are techniques you can do yourself to lower that so you feel better, can respond better, whatever is going on with you. There are, you can get YouTube of tapping with people you follow somebody. Those are effective if you have something particular and you're not really as familiar or well-versed in tapping, you can do that. But I think when you're working with a coach and one-on-one, it can get really laser focused, and it's more effective that way, in my opinion, if that answers your
yes, yes, it does. And because I also have a son on the spectrum who has huge anger outbursts. I bring a lot, like I bring the Reiki, and I bring a lot of like the hypnotherapy, you know, and that types of things in his world, and he's receptive. I just wanted to equip him with the best strategies possible, because school's challenging right now. It is very, very challenging for him. So it's, it'd be nice to have those quick things that he could do himself.
Absolutely. And that would, I understand about children with challenges, and that's a very useful tool. So be happy to chat if you wanted to.
Yes, I'm gonna book. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna email. I think I'm gonna book.
So Jocelyn, it sounds like you need the peace patch for him.
Yes.
And so tapping.
I do.
Yes, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Okay. Any other questions for Anita? All right, we are going to call on Miss Dar. Come on down. You're muted, Dar.
I know, that's why I didn't say anything yet.
Okay.
Save the best for last. Thank you. And Kelly, I didn't know there was a Kick It patch.
Yep, there's a Kick It. There's
Ignite.
No. Joy's the newest one.
Okay. All right. Anyway, okay. Y'all know my name is Dar. I am a mixed media artist. I'm from Emsdale, Ontario, which is about 3 hours north of Toronto, Canada. I am very passionate about art, and I love to play with paper, scissors, and glue, living in the North and offering service whenever I'm able. I'm probably best known for creating and trading artist trading cards with other artists worldwide for 13 years now. By the way, I am 100% self-taught, and I make most of my money by selling my homemade greeting cards that are passionately made for you by me. The most important relationship I have is with my spouse, Abby, the computer angel, and our family is complete with our senior silky terrier, Spencer. Tracy is his name. My industry is the area of arts and crafts, and the best way for you to learn more about me is to go to my Calendly link, which will be in the notes again in chat, and book an appointment with me for a half hour. And what I want to offer you today is to go to darscreativecards.ca to see what my passion really is. And the last thing I need from you today, sorry, is to tell me how many cards you need and what the theme you would like them to be. Who wants to buy some?
Dar, how many cards for what price, please?
Well, it's all on the website. Let me just go there. I don't have it memorized yet. I can find it.
4 cards for...
It's 4 cards for, what was it, Abby?
4 cards for $22.50, but you're going to offer 5 cards for the same price?
No, I'm going to stay with the 4 cards. Offer. The offer is actually to book an appointment with me to tell me what you need exactly.
Okay.
It's too hard to do it. It's too hard to do it with emailing back and forth.
I could understand that. Yeah. All right. So she's offering a free appointment then to talk about the cards. That's great. That is great. Any questions for Dar?
If you only want one, it's only $6.
I will tell you, when I received my cards from Dar, she sent me Halloween cards. That's what I wanted for my family. I was blown away. I knew they were custom made. I knew that she did them, but she puts in so many details. I don't have a card because I've already mailed them off for Halloween. But she puts so much detail in them. They are custom made. They are unique. None of them were alike. None of them were even similar. And again, the tedious little things that she did on some of the cards, I'm like, wow. So I've already put in another order and she's working on them. So I'm excited.
You're coming to Kelly.
All right, Anne, you have a question about the card?
I just wanted to know if you had any handy right there, Dar, that you could show us.
Oh dear.
If it's not handy, don't worry.
If not, I don't have any made extras at the moment. But I'm also working on holiday cards, Christmas cards, and so on. They're all
fine.
And
okay.
They're all custom made, and I like to think that you would go by my trust after you take a look on my website and see what I can do.
Yes, they are gorgeous.
All you have to do is look at LaDonna's video review. I love it. Thank you.
Of all the stuff she's already sold, so that you can get a sample of her variety of what she can do.
Yeah, just to eyeball it and then tell me what you want.
That's awesome. I've not even looked at your website yet, Dara. I need to go do that. Yes.
I have a reactions page, which it has been reactions from people I've sent art to maybe up to 13 years ago. And I can't even believe it's been 13 years since I've been doing this already. Yes. And I have to say, just a quick story. My sister-in-law told me about it 2009 and 10, roughly around there, because it was around the fall. And which fall is my favorite time of year. Right now is my favorite time of year to make cards. But anyway, she told me about artist trading cards just as she was kind of running out the door, told me about a website. And I went and looked, and I was sold. I was so sold, it's not even funny. And now I'm carrying on the art just to give her a legacy, because she passed away 2 years ago, and she was incredibly talented at herself, even more so than me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I do what I do for the legacy of my sister-in-law.
Yes. And Dar talked about a video. So when I received my Halloween cards, as I was taking them out of the package, I did a video on the cards so that everyone could see what they look like, how determined she was to put all the unique work in there. So Dar, I hope you're using that advertisement everywhere. And when you make your first 2 million, I want at least half of it. But those are the kind of things that you need to do for your clients and vice versa, so they can utilize it. They can, and I knew that would be nice for Dar, and I wanted everyone to see that we support each other at the Network Experts, all of our events. We want to support everyone and help everyone out by getting clients, purchasing, doing orders, do whatever we can do. So, and grabbing those new customers, sending them that way. I've sent Abby lots of customers. I don't know if they purchase from her, but anyone that has tech problems, I don't care if I'm at Walmart and someone says they have, call Abby, and I give them their number. I look on my phone and give them my number, because I want people to know that is a trusted source of mine. So yes. All right. We have just a few minutes left. For myself, I want to remind everyone about November 4th, the workshop. You do not want to miss that workshop, guys. It's going to be phenomenal. I handpicked these speakers for a reason. I wanted variety, and it's going to be question and answers. Most platforms don't do that at summits and workshops. I wanted it to be that way so you could get your question and answers done. Also, I want to give you a free gift. If you go to the website, if you haven't already been to LaDonnaMcAbee.com, there is a free download. Also on there, if you don't want to download it, you can click the video button, and I will tell you about the download on different ways to market your product different ideas of connecting, networking, and collaborating. It's not the whole spiel, but it gives you a variety of things to listen to say, oh, I want to do that, or oh, I knew that, but I forgot. Am I doing it enough? So if you just go to our website, LaDonnaMcAbee.com, there's a button there at the top for a free download, or you can click the video to it and listen to the video. Dar, can you do our wave?
Oh, yeah.
We work as a team around here, guys.
Sorry, I was distracted. Okay, everybody wave. Smile and wave. Just like the penguins. Got it.
That is what we look like when we do that, isn't it?
You know what? I let it go for just a little bit more so I can see how great we all look after I got the picture.
Yeah.
And it's just so cute to watch you all wave like that.
There you go. So Dar is going to post that in her social media and in our members group. And then please grab that picture or take your own screenshot of everyone or someone or you and go and post it on your social media. Let everyone know what you've been doing the last 2 hours today and how much fun you've had. What did you learn? We learned there's a Kick It patch. I've never heard Kelly talk about that. Anita's new, so we got to hear from her. Abby gave a new discount. Tamara, you are getting so great on your pitch. Dar, you're getting better every week. Jocelyn is coming along just fine. And Anne, it was so great to have you back. Anne hasn't been on in a while. And you did such a great speaking event. And I love it every time. And Anita, you and I will have to get together and get you on a date for speaking. And Tamara hasn't spoken yet on something, so we have to get her in. So our next event will be Monday Mojo next Monday. No more events this week. I don't know what our calendar did. It let some people sign up for happy hour, but we're not having happy hour this week. This is our last event for this week. You should all get an email on Friday, that gives you next week's events and how to register for them and make it easier. Have a blessed and prosperous week. Go make $1 million. And I will see all of you either on Monday Mojo or before. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here for you. All right, guys. Have a beautiful week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Save the chat. Save the chat.
Bye.
Save the chat.
Oh, yeah. Don't go yet.
Okay. Let me know when. You got it?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.